Hi, welcome to this month's Tea with Lisa. It's January and a new year. So our special guest today is going to be Day One Fitness and the Executive Director, Danielle Williams. And she's going to come on and talk to us about Day One Fitness and give us a little idea of what they do. So with that, I'm going to introduce my guest, Danielle. Want to tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do at Day One Fitness?
Yeah. Hi. So my name is Danielle Williams, and I am the Executive Director over at Day One Fitness. We are located in Beach Island, right across the river. It kind of gets that connotation.
Yeah.
Well, yes. People think it's so far out there, but really it's truly just right across the river.
Yeah.
From here, it took us not even 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we do at Day One Fitness is we started in 2015. Our co-founder really was inspired. She read an article about a woman named Jennifer Parkinson's who had Parkinson's. She was diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's and was very difficult for her. Yeah. She was young, married, and had two small children. And through the diagnosis, she was going through a divorce, had to manage her children, and found high-intensity exercise as a way to help her with Parkinson's. And so Tamara, doing what she did, was researching and said, you know what? We don't have anything like this around the CSRA. What can I do? How can I get involved? And thus, Day One Fitness was born. So we started out serving individuals who had Parkinson's with high-intensity, non-contact boxing, and we've since kind of expanded.
Oh, okay, great. Well, so you've been around since when?
2015.
Okay, so still fairly new.
Yeah.
So
we just celebrated 10 years this year, so this was our 10th.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
How is Day One Fitness different from other gyms?
So we are, as I said, we are a nonprofit, so we're different from a normal gym. And I mean normal gym in the sense like the big box gyms that you're going to go to, like a Planet Fitness or Max Fitness or, anything like that, because we serve a very unique set of individuals. The folks that are coming to us have been diagnosed with either Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, or other early dementias, multiple sclerosis, and then we also have a stroke recovery program as well.
Okay, so kind of a neurological, I would guess you would say conditions or whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it wouldn't be just anybody could just come into the gym and just want to work out and just come in and work out.
We do have people that do live in the area, and they, they'll sometimes come up and be like, hey, I want to come work out. And I'm like, sorry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And we do that, and that's really to provide that community environment for our folks. Our fighters, as we call them, our boxers, are all going through very similar challenges in life. And when exercise is really the one thing that helps, promote independence or prolonged independence and improve quality of life, you want to be surrounded with people who are going through the same challenges.
Yeah.
It's supportive, it's encouraging, and you don't have that sense of judgment. And that's kind of why I always say we're not open to the public for some of those reasons. So. And
I would imagine it would be a good stress relief.
Yeah.
Come in there and box your stress. Box your stress.
It is.
Off.
People are often frightened of when we say boxing, and they're like, "Oh, I've never boxed a day in my life." And I'm like, "Well, it's not traditional boxing for one. It's a much shortened version of it. But it's fun and it's energizing and it keeps people going.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that you can do something different every day.
Oh, okay.
And you can incorporate so many different elements of boxing, and it's never the same workout. So people they're motivated because it's challenging and it's exciting and it's new and it's different and
And so do they come every day or do you have is there like a routine, like they come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or how does that?
So most of our folks are going to come for our core program, which is the boxing, the non-contact boxing. That's Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. We really do try to encourage them to come to all three classes a week. They come to one level. We have 4 different levels, which accommodate different needs.
Okay.
And you kind of you don't come to all 4 levels. You just come to the level that's most appropriate for you. Yeah. But we have 4 levels every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time. So it's easy for them to know what level to come to. Yeah. So most of them do come 3 times a week, 2 to 3, depending on if they have doctor's appointments and everything else.
Okay. Well, what are some of the key accessibility features that make Day One Fitness welcoming for members of the communities that you mentioned? Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest things, of which we already kind of touched base on, was the fact that when you're walking into our doors, you're already in a supportive environment, which is kind of key to longevity and keep them coming back. But in terms of equipment in our facility in general, really we have padded floors for falls. It's a huge thing to have padded floors in there. Yeah. Falls are natural and they happen, and the mats are pretty good at keeping it from being something major events. Okay. We have some strength training machines, just like you would see at a Planet Fitness or other gyms. However, our equipment is pneumatic based, so it's instead of you having to carry weight plates over or put a pin in the different weight plates and get out and reset it. It's much easier to get into. They're easier on your joints, and that pneumatic system, what it does is you press a button and it goes up in weight, and it makes it so much easier on their joints. So it's just safer and more effective. And then our classes are all designed so that anybody can do the workout. So we'll do the same type of workout, but we can split it up for somebody who might not be able to get down to the floor. Or somebody who uses a walker because their gait is not great. Or their balance is challenged. So we take the same workout and we're able to modify it across the 4 different levels. So if somebody needs to do it sitting down for the entire duration, they can do the exact same workout but just sitting down.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's like I said, when you mentioned a no judgment kind of environment, so everyone in there's got their own challenges, and also there's kind of, I guess, a lot of peer support that goes on.
Well, yeah, and truly the different levels are designed so that way, I'll kind of give you an example. So our level 1 are our folks who are most likely newly diagnosed, and they're still very independent, still, they've just been diagnosed most of the time. They might have just been diagnosed, but they're also like, hey, I'm trying to do everything that I can do to keep this from becoming worse. And so they can do a lot more physical stuff. And then our level 2 folks might not be able to get down to the floor, like I mentioned earlier, or maybe they can't do quite as many jumps, or they need a little bit more transition time to the floor. So the workout is the same as level 1. It's just modified a little bit differently. And then we have a level 3, which is very modified for folks who have cognitive challenges. So instead of giving them 4 commands at one time, we can give them one simple command at a time. So it's easier for them to follow along and stay engaged. And then our level 4s are folks who are have the most amount of physical challenges. So if they can't stand up the whole time, or if they use a walker and they need more support, they can do it from a seat, or they can do it partially standing, partially sitting. And that is inclusive and by nature. I mean, you're with other individuals who are experiencing the same thing as you, and you're not feeling like you're being you're doing less than other people. That you're all there together doing the same thing, experiencing the same things.
So that's good. I mean, I know here we do a lot of peer support stuff, so I know how important peer support is. So that's good that they kind of can all do the same thing, just different levels. So that's, I like that. Well, how do you ensure that your equipment and facilities meet the needs of those with mobility challenges? It's accessible for someone that comes in on a scooter or with a rollator or some. It's. I know you mentioned the padded mats and all that. Do your clients usually encounter any kind of like sensory challenges? Do you, is that something that goes along with the group of people that you serve? Not typically. We don't really see a lot of sensory challenges. Okay.
I will say though, mobility challenges is a big thing.
Yeah.
So we try to have as minimal threshold challenges for them. Mm-hmm. The only threshold challenge really is going from the locker room area over onto the mats, which is not even a very big transition. That's most of the time very easy for them to get over with a walker or with their wheelchair or even a scooter. We don't usually have issues for that. We have a ramp into the building, just to make sure that people feel like safe and supported when they're coming in our doors,
and then they can actually get in.
And then they can actually get in the door. Our space is very open.
Yeah.
It's very important for us to have an open space, so that way there's maximum movement that is allowed in the facility. Yeah. I mean, we're challenging a lot of different things here. So, you need the space for them to be able to do that safely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how many people in a class at a time is it?
Most of our classes are, they kind of vary day to day, depending on what's going on. But most classes have between, I'd say, like 7 to 10 people.
Okay.
There are some classes that can easily exceed that.
Okay.
And it, like I said, it's going to vary day to day.
But there's still plenty of room for everybody to be able to do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are the future plans for Day One Fitness in terms of expanding or accessibility and inclusion? Is there any different plans coming up?
So one of the things that we are working on, and we've kind of just started broadcasting this, is that we are working on an affiliate program.
Okay.
This would allow us to kind of get access out there into communities where they don't have the CSRA full of different options for them, or they don't have a gym close by that they can go to.
Yeah.
I think what in our heads this looks like is, hey, you might be in a rural town, farther out. Like, let's say you're going out Thompson, Washington, farther, where there's just not a lot of things available, where somebody might have a small little gym and they might want to do a program for stroke or our boxing class for a small class.
Okay.
And they will take what we have built and learn from it and be able to teach it. So that way we can expand our access to folks who may not be able to get over to Beach Island.
And that's such a long drive to Beach Island.
That is the argument. People are like, Beach Island this way out there.
Well, and so I think that'd be a really good idea, because I think people in rural communities often kind of get left behind on stuff because they're not in the immediate circle, so I think that would be a really great thing if y'all could get that going.
Yeah. I mean, we're working on it very diligently. Mm-hmm. We have some hefty goals this year. We want to have 2 pilots by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I say local, but not super, super local.
Yeah.
Farther out, because we really want to make sure that what we have envisioned in our head is really going to work out, and that it is going to provide benefit to folks who don't have access to the CSRA, or other towns that might have more options for them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That would be cool. I would love to see that happen.
Yeah. Well, we're on track. So.
Yeah. Okay, good. So Danielle, can you tell me kind of what partnerships or collaborations have you established to promote accessibility and fitness in the community?
Yeah, so we kind of mentioned earlier, a lot of our partnerships are through like the Community Foundation. We work a lot with the Parkinson's Foundation. Mm-hmm. The CSRA Parkinson Support Group is another really big one.
Okay.
They have the pop walk every year that we like to be a part of. We really try to get involved in a lot of the walks that support our folks. So the Alzheimer's walk, the pop walk,
Yeah.
things of that nature. We try to partner with them. This past year for the Alzheimer's walk, we got to do a demo, like a little fitness demo with everybody there. That was really fun. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, well, you should have bought boxing gloves today. We could have.
Oh, I know.
You had mentioned something about a golf tournament or something. Do you want to kind of tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. So we're in Augusta, and if you're in Augusta, you might as well go big or go home, right? When it comes to golf. No, so we are, as a nonprofit, one of the things that you do is you fundraise. And we started out with a golf tournament, and it's just been our annual fundraiser.
Okay.
So our fundraiser is May 11th this year. It's the day after Mother's Day. Okay. And this is our big annual tournament.
The big event. The
big event, yes. And so we've been this is our 8th year doing a golf tournament.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to do it at Westlake this year again. We were doing it out at Woodside in Aiken, and then we switched over to Westlake to do something different, and it's been great. So this will be our 2nd year there, and yeah.
All right, good. Well, hopefully you have a big successful golf tournament then.
I mean, if people want to get involved, all they got to do is call me and say, "Hey, I want to golf," or "I want to sponsor," or whatever.
Yeah.
We've got opportunities for everybody.
Well, tell all of us about how to contact you.
Well, you can contact us at, you can email us at info@day1fitness. You can call us at 803-265-1699. And that will actually ring to my phone, so I can answer anytime.
Okay, so you were looking for sponsors and golfers and anything else.
Yeah, volunteers. If you just are really passionate about golf and you've done a lot of tournaments and you want to be on a committee, hey, come on. We got room for you.
Okay. Can you describe the process for individuals to sign up and get started with Day One Fitness? What does that kind of walk us through what that looks like?
Yeah. So most of the time they're going to be referred. You don't need a referral to come to us. I stated earlier that we serve very specific individuals. So these are individuals who have Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and other early dementias, multiple sclerosis, and stroke. You don't need a referral to come to us. A lot of times they are referred to us, though. Yeah. All you have to do is call us at the number that I provided earlier. And I really like to bring people in and get them a tour of our facility. Yeah. This does a couple of things. One, it allows me to kind of talk to them and kind of get to know what their challenges are, what class will best fit them, or classes, I should say. We can kind of go over, they can see what we have available to them. And hopefully we're getting them in at a time where they can actually see what a class looks like, so they're not like coming in blind. Yeah. So typically they'll just call, we'll have a little bit of conversation, I'll bring them in for a tour. Okay. And then after the tour, it's just setting up a trial week. We provide a 1-week no-cost trial to them in order for them to try our programs, make sure it's a good fit for them without, it being really a commitment. If it's really not something that they're going to be passionate about or something that they just don't feel like will fit in with their schedule. We don't want it to be a burden for them. Yeah. So then we'll just set them up with a trial, and then if after that week they're like, "Hey, we want to join," I'm there. So they just tell me, and we get them converted into a member.
So it's a pretty easy process.
It's a pretty easy process.
It's not. Okay. And if someone wanted to reach y'all at Day One Fitness, they would just call a number?
Yeah. So again, you can call 803-265-1699 or email us at info@day1fitness.org.
Okay, and we'll have that. We got that up on the screen too, as well. So if someone wants to reach out to you for the golf tournament, maybe, or about classes, or whatever,
or collaborating, or finding, anything.
Yeah. Okay. Again, I want to thank Danielle for coming in from Day One Fitness and talking to us today. If you want more information about Walton Options and the things that we do here and our programs that we offer, feel free to check out our website, waltonoptions.org. Or you can always follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and we're also now on YouTube. So make sure you check us out on all those social media platforms. And you can also call us here at the office at 706-724-6262. And I look forward to seeing you all next month. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.